How's everybody doing tonight? I know it's late on the other side of this country and stuff like that. There's still some other streamers, awesome people I know, still doing some good stuff. Jace is still streaming, stuff like that. He came back. He just recently moved and stuff like that too. So props to him. I was in his stream for like a little bit, not in his stream, but in the chat and stuff like that. Of course, Gizmo doing his thing, doing his marathon and stuff like that too. Reps on him too. Watched Dirk and Darren earlier today too, and their Hour to Kill on Eyes Wide Shut too. I still need to recheck out that film. They highly rec that. I have the same release Dirk has. I'll definitely check that out. Anyway, if you can stop by, I appreciate it. All good, nonetheless. I wouldn't have any other time the rest of this last 2 days of the year to do anything really for the most part. So anyway, I just hope everyone's having a good evening and all that good stuff too, and hope everyone's doing okay. So I just thought recently did a stream a couple weeks ago, I think, on Pop's Movie Dungeon channel, just favorite releases of the year. I did some honorable mentions, and then I'm just going to show some more really honorable mentions. Going to show off my going to do my slasher of the year, my new slasher of the year, slasher do. So it'd be the first time I'm doing that. I might do that every year if I continue doing this, which I'm sure I will, and stuff like that, and be all good. And hey, Mikey, thanks for stopping by, my brother. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good evening. Happy early New Year. Hope everything's going good on your side, my friend. But yeah, just going to go over some honorable mentions, my some runner-ups for my slasher of the year, and runner-ups for my Steelbook of the year, and my horror of the year, and just some really cool releases this year. We had some great releases, in my opinion. There's some good horror this year. Some better than others, of course. One slasher that will not be mentioned is Scream 6. I still like it for what it is. It's a slasher, but it's like, I'll just say this. It's a Wonderful Knife is better than Scream 6, just barely. And then that's woke ass garbage to me, but it's still better than Scream 6 in my opinion. But again, thank you all for the subs. I'm up past 143 right now. Last time I checked, just been little on hiatus and stuff like that. I work in the grocery business, so work is picked up as it usually does, and I'm just kind of too tired to watch something and review something. So that's kind of my New Year's resolution. One of them going to be just to watch more of what I have. Really, the month of October, excuse me, was probably I watched probably the most films I've ever watched in my whole life. 31 Days of Horror, and I think I watched like 28 films that month for October. So it was definitely a just getting into being a blue tuber, a cinephile, really. Just been say, all don't know me, I've just been to films all my life. Just media all my life, of course, like that, and just some great releases, and I'm playing kind of catch up a little bit. So really, with a lot of these films that I've heard about but never really watched, and it's just it will eventually. I know there's it's production hell basically with that film, from what I understand. A lot of people just backed out and stuff like that too, and just I don't think we need one. Just me as a franchise, I think it's a little overrated. And of course, I love slashers. It's my favorite genre of horror. But I mean, I like the first one for what it is. But to me, it's kind of a hot take. Wes Craven, awesome director. I mean, Last House on the Left. I mean, Nightmare on Elm Street, of course. But to me, he kind of killed the final girl, in my opinion. He's always put comedy in his films where there was no need for it. You can kind of see it. It's his direction. It was always, you can tell. That's what makes a great director. You can tell if their movie's theirs. You could tell if it was a Wes Craven film, like Red Eye. I liked Red Eye, but I didn't love it. I liked the start of it. I just didn't like the ending of it because it's Wes Craven. I kind of know how he is. So it's it's kind of different, but going a little bit off topic, but yeah, one of my resolutions is to watch, of course, more that I have. I have stacks and stacks and stacks. I got more orders in from Amazon that I ordered. that's another thing. I'm going to make a promise to myself. I'm not going to open that. I'm not going to open those until I get the rest of the stuff. And I'm talking about pre-orders. So you may see like a mega haul video in, let's say, February. Because there's some pre-orders that are coming out next month. There's some pre-orders coming out in February, and I might do it sometime in February. So I already have some Amazon packaging over there, just in a little mini pile, but it'll get bigger, and I'll kind of share that on Instagram, all that stuff too. So that's another thing that I'm going to promise myself to do. I made another New Year's resolution. I did this last year. I'm going to do it this year. I decided to lay off the sauce, lay off drinking. I'm 44 years old. It runs in my family, my dad's side specifically. I get sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's like, my job, I get stressed. It's a people business, the grocery business is. So you can get fed up real quick with the bullshit in that business. But, I just realized it's no use me coming home and putting more poison in my system. My brain is already had too much shit been put in it to begin with anyway. I don't need any more stuff being put in my brain to where it'd be the sad fact one day I just end up forgetting what I watched or what I see or who I knew. So, but anyway, let's just get to the brass tacks. It was really 2023 was a great year for physical media, in my opinion. A lot of releases, a lot of the boutique labels just killed it this year. A lot of them, some were hit and miss. I stated that on Pop's Movie Dungeon stream that Severin was my boutique label of the year. They get a lot of shit, but their releases are top notch. I purchased Nightmare in a Damaged Brain, and I purchased Lucio Fulci's what's it called? The Psychic, and those were great releases. They both look great in 4K. It's great, it's great just having these. Keep physical media alive. That is true. And yes, Severin is great. and they did it right with the Psychic that they didn't do right with Four Flies, because Severin with Four Flies, they showed it as a side loader and it wasn't. It was a slip. It's nice. It's a great release by them, make no mistake. But Fulci is kind of what Fulci's The Psychic is what Four Flies should have been as well. So they're starting to get better with that. They've come out with great releases this year. That's why they're my boutique label of the year. I mean, they released Cemetery Man. They released these films. It's like nobody would touch that. A lot of people say that Cemetery Man is the spiritual successor to Evil Dead 2. I don't know. I've never seen it. So some Dario Argento presents films like The Church, and there's another one that they released too. Jess Franco's Dracula with the late great Christopher Lee. I've heard that's a really good Dracula film too. So they were my boutique label of the year. Arrow, of course, was like a close second. So was Vinegar Syndrome with their stuff, and I'll show off some of their releases here. So let's get into my slasher of the year. And real quick, this is my runner-up for that, and this is a hot take. But yeah, that's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. It's people hate on this a lot, probably because there are a bunch of damn Disney fanboys out there that just be like, oh, why make this like lovable character like this? I love it when they do this. I have my own personal thoughts on Disney as a company nowadays compared to what they were in the past. Basically, the story of this film was, this slasher was, Winnie the Pooh got into the public, and Disney didn't renew it. And I mean, Mickey Mouse is going to go public soon. I mean, they better renew that. But he, this director who's doing another film called Bambi the Reckoning, and there's a sequel to this one coming. This is a fun slasher to me. I like the alternate ending better. The starting narration to this is great. It's a fun slasher. The only knock I would give to it is like practical effects. So like you say, you can tell they're wearing like these rubber masks and stuff like that. But I kind of like it. It's kind of a corny, kind of cool slasher that I kind of like. But no likable characters in this whatsoever. Just a bunch of tweener wannabe people. But very good kills in here. Christopher Robin could have been a little bit better and less of a bitch in this. I did like the start of this a lot. Like I said, no special features on this Umbrella release. There's one. It's like a stupid thing. Pooh Violins and Honey or whatever like that. I could give a fuck about that. This was a good release by Umbrella. I know Wally World released a Steelbook version of this. This is my runner-up for Slasher of the Year. I really liked Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. I did. I love it when you take characters like this and you make them bad. You know, you make them like slashers, like the Mean One. I heard the Mean One's really good too, and that's a slasher version of the Grinch. So you can't go wrong with that. To me, you can't go wrong with this slasher. That's Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Hey, Texas, thanks for stopping by, my friend. I know it's kind of late where you were at. I really appreciate it. There are a bunch of millennial dumb fucks that had to shit or any other all horror. Yeah, very true. Really quick notes on this too. I remember Yahoo had interviewed the director of this, saying, and he quoted in saying, his version of the film, if he would have put that in theaters, because this is edited for what it is, like you could say that his director's cut of the film, he said could not be shown in theaters because he probably would have been sued. He probably would have been sued. He probably would have lost everything. It would have been catastrophic. A heads up too. I've seen stills for Blood and Honey too. Tigger's joining the party. He was the only one that was missing, I think. Of course, you have the owl and these other characters, but Tigger was the big one, and you see him in a straitjacket. So yeah, but like I said, it's a fun ride. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is a runner up there for my Slasher of the Year. Hey Brad, thanks for stopping by and saying hi, aka the dealer, aka the truth teller. So it's always cool to see him in here and stuff like that too. And great stuff there. But like I said, just a good one. I've not seen Thanksgiving yet, so I've heard good and bad about that film and stuff like that too. But I heard it's a fun slasher, and I like fun slashers. And my Slasher of the Year is Sick. This is a DVD release. We don't have a Blu-ray release. I would like a Blu-ray release. So this was released through Peacock through Blumhouse. This Sick to me is what the newer Scream films should have been. It plays like Scream. It's fast like Scream. The killers in here are like running, just doing this business, and there's more than one, just like Scream. Basically, the story to this, it's during the pandemic. I work in grocery. The opening scene to this, I'm like, yeah, I totally get that. It gets me pissed off just watching it because, yeah, that's true. That shit does fucking happen. You're in the store. This dude's in the store wearing the mask. There's nothing there. He's looking for this stuff, just doing this stuff. He goes to his dorm, wherever it is, and then shit just starts happening. These two college girls decide to just get away from the mess, and they go up to her parents' house, cabin, I think it is, and stuff like that. And they're just chilling out. Her former boyfriend joins them. It's all good, and then shit starts happening. I like Sick a lot. It's a fun one to watch. But yeah, that's my Slasher of the Year. It's really good. This was a surprise to me. I'd like to thank Anthony's Horror from Horror and More. He reviewed this one. He liked it too. I got it. I found it at Walmart. I picked it up. Yeah, and that's Sick. A good slasher. I would suggest everybody check this out. It's real. I had really fun with that. So it's really good. I do like the ending to this too. So it doesn't bullshit around to me. It's not. I won't call it woke. I wouldn't call it that. So, but yeah, Sick is my new Slasher of the Year. I liked it a lot. You're right there, Texas. I am here not to calm down, but that's my New Year's resolution. I think it's before you came in here. I was saying that I had to. Two girls in the house. The boyfriend comes to visit. They do this thing where they smoke their weed and having their fun and all this other stuff too. And then something happens. So it's like a home invasion type of thing too, which I like a lot. And it was done really well. I like the characters. I had no issue with them. Yeah, Thanksgiving was good stuff. I agree. Yeah, we're getting a Blu-ray with no slip or anything like that. That may change. Sometimes places like Amazon like to do that, like to show without a slip. I don't think so. I think there'll at least be a slip for it. And yeah, sick is sick when you're sick. That's very true. And but yeah, it's just a fun one, and I just highly recommend that for all the slashers that I watched and all that stuff too this year. I ain't gonna dive through all of that because I just started this channel earlier this year. I'm not even at 1 year, I think so. Very true. Brad, you could probably state on this. I heard there was, I guess, the original trailer for that as part of the Grindhouse release and stuff like that. Was that an actual trailer for that? Or was that kind of like a fake trailer for that? Because I remember like some stuff there was kind of different. Let's get ripped off the parade scene from I Know What You Did Last Summer. Oh, okay. Hey, man, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. Everyone, check out her channel. Very cool lady and stuff like that. She does great content. I'm going to get to this in a minute. I had to go in my letterbox here. Go into my library here. Watching a Gizmo stream that he was doing, probably still doing right now, which is all good. That's what he does. Let's see if I can find it. Was a first time watch for me, and I'm just going to say I was really impressed by it. I had never seen it before. It's been on Shudder. It was on Shudder for a long time. It was on Amazon for a while, and I was on watching Gorophobe's watch along channel. Highly check Gorophobe out. Very cool dude. Keith is an awesome guy. Great collection of shit that he has, and I did. I watched the watch along with them through the chat and stuff like that. And yeah, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, probably my favorite first watch of the year. This film right here, I put up with Maniac. It's pretty close. Now we can debate a little bit about this. I remember, because I did order the 30th anniversary, I think it was, Blu-ray of this. I was thinking about getting the Arrow release, but I don't think that's region free, so I don't think it'd play on my player at the moment. But I mean, some of the comments on Amazon, I'm not going to dog them a bit, but they need to check their mentions on it. If any of y'all seen the Confession Killer on Netflix, it's about Henry Lee Lucas. He did kill people, but not as many as a lot of people think. And the thing too about Otis O'Toole was originally, they thought he was the one who killed John Walsh's son, David. But this is a haunting film. It's great, specifically the start of the film. It works in past tense, like the opening scene, he's like in the diner. And then you see the aftermath. And I think that all kind of goes on his head. It's almost a drama, too. It's really good. It's haunting. Films like this make me not sleep well at night. That's where it gets that's where the payoff is from and stuff like that. It's very disturbing. Specifically when he takes Otis out because he's pissed off and they end up killing a person. Spoiler like that. And he said, "You feel better now." It's very twisted. I did like the ending to this. I highly recommend this if you have not watched it yet. It was a great first watch for me. Yeah, but that's Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Michael Rooker, I mean, my God. But great release. The guy who played Pierre O'Toole was really well done too, so I liked it a lot. Yeah, thank you, Brad. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Dark Side 30th anniversary of Blu-ray you have coming as a solid release. Yeah, okay, if that's what that is, yeah, because it kind of has that same kind of picture of what you saw, like in the red and stuff like that too, because there's like different releases of that. So in my low notice, yeah, it's like, but yeah, there will be another Henry. It's 1-1 in my opinion, extremely effective. Very true, because it is Henry Lee Lucas, but you could say it's maybe about 24% true. Like I said, if you watch the docuseries Netflix did, the Confession Killer and stuff like that, it dives in a little bit about that. Like I said, Henry Lee Lucas wasn't that bright. He's kind of like a country bumpkin, as I call him. He was not that bright at all. But Michael Rooker plays the part to a T. He plays that ruthless type of person, but he's the more calm one. Otis is not. So that's mostly true for that. I may have to look up more history, but when I get that Blu-ray in, and when I finally unwrap the sucker, when I eventually watch it again and stuff like that too, I'll definitely be the score is really great for that. But yeah, I mean that was a great watch. I'll go back in here. Some watches here. Of course, this was a first watch for me too, since it's Christmas and stuff like that. And this gave me nightmares. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Wow. I did not think I would like this slasher as much as I did. Wow, this is very good. It's extremely good. It's almost like Nightmare in a Damaged Brain, which I highly recommend everybody watch. That was a great release by Severin, by the way. So it plays kind of like that. It's kind of a slow burn a bit. I think it's done really well. I am Catholic. I understand. It's really, my God, but it's really, yeah, Silent Night, Deadly Night, great first watch for me. It's really like, I mean, my God. I mean, this broke the top 10 of all time favorite slashers. And, I know people tried to ban the hell out of this. I watched the theatrical cut. I do have the Blu-ray, which has the director's cut on there, the unrated one. But the director's cut is pretty disturbing anyway. Specifically the scene in the toy store and stuff like that when he starts doing the business. So very good. I like very, very, very good. Very good. From Silent Night, Deadly Night. Great Christmas slasher. Love it a lot. Of course, rewatched Black Christmas. I love that film a lot. That's top 10 slasher of all time. That may be top 5 after watching it a second time. I love it a lot. Saw this one on Tubi. This was another watch with Agoraphobe. Like again, highly recommend his character. I can't say that correctly. I can say Jules, but Christmas Cruelty. Yeah, this is really good too. It's not as it is disturbing. I shouldn't say that. It makes me fucked up as a person. But it is very disturbing. I like Christmas Cruelty a lot, but this isn't for everybody. This is not everybody. It has assault in here. I'll say it like that. It's really good. Basically, it follows the serial killer. These people, I guess, run roughshod. Not run roughshod, but they're causing a problem for his wife runs a store, and he happens to be in there. And you see an opening scene with him, what he does to these families. And so he's like, okay, finds out where he lives. He comes dressed up in Santa, and that's when the hell begins. But yeah, it's really good. I recommend. But this was a great first watch too. Yeah, Christmas Cruelty. It's really good. If you like that extreme stuff like that from Norwegians, it's extreme Norwegian Christmas horror. I'll give it that. It's really brutal. So it's like it's not good. There's one of the actors actually has a degenerative bone disease, so he's in a wheelchair. Yeah, he does some messed up stuff with that. There's some actually funny scenes in it, but it's disturbing in its own way. But yeah, I highly recommend Christmas Cruelty. Okay, I'll get to my Steelbook of the year, and then I'll get through some more honorable mentions and some great releases that we got this year, and some other goodies here. So my runner-up for Steelbook of the Year is Pumpkinhead. This is a great Steelbook from Scream Factory. This was the exclusive from the now defunct Best Buy. Rest in peace. A good transfer, great release. I love this film a lot. Lance Henriksen, playing a grieving father whose son dies, so he goes to this witch to get him resurrected, and it comes back as this beast. It's good folk horror. I like it a lot. Beautiful Steelbook for what it is and stuff like that too. Love the design of this. This is a fun horror film in general. I like Pumpkinhead a lot, and this is a beautiful Steelbook. I like it a lot. Watched it. It's a good Halloween flick. It's just a good horror flick if you're just like, films like, I like films like this. I like films like Rawhead Rex. That was a great first time watch for me. I think I did that this year. It's really, Pumpkinhead's a fun one. I have not seen the second one. I know they did a second one, stuff like that, but this one's done really well. I just like the people that this thing gets revenge on. I like the difference between the father and the son, the connection there. You see it. It's done really well. Lance Henriksen is a very good actor. He's kind of underrated in my opinion. Any film you can see him in, but definitely a horror like this. Yeah, but that's Pumpkinhead, my runner-up for Steelbook of the Year. Beautiful Steelbook, by the way. The slip from Scream Factory was okay. I remember one of the streams when Brad and Benicio, the Horror Cholo, were on. Brad kind of mentioned that what we kind of thought of that slip and stuff like that. But I kind of like this one better. That's a honorable mention for my Steelbook of the Year. My Steelbook of the Year, though, I haven't opened this one yet because I have the Blu-ray of the cut of this film. But this is a beautiful Steelbook, and I had to pick this up when it came up, and that's The Wicker Man. This is my Steelbook of the Year. This is a beautiful looking Steelbook. This is a gorgeous Steelbook, gorgeous film. It's messed up. It's a musical. I know this is the final cut on here. There's other cuts of it. There's another release. It was I forgot who did the huge like box release of that, which has like all cuts on it. If you want to see like all of them and stuff like that too. But this was I like The Wicker Man a lot. It's a cult film. It's Christopher Lee's favorite film that he did. He did this for free, I think. I remember him quoting and saying, I've done like dark castles through all my films. I'd like to do something with more sunlight and all this other stuff too. And they put him in a Gothic type place in beautiful Summer Isle, which he plays Lord Summer Isle. This police officer goes there looking for a lost child. And I think he's more Catholic than he is Christian, but that's to be interpreted in the film. But it's a great film for what it is. I love the ending. Christopher Lee kills it. And I forget the actor's name who played the police officer. Edward Woodward, who's done other stuff as well. Great acting job in this too. So it's really, but this is really good. I highly recommend this film to everybody else. And if you can still get the Steelbook, try to pick it up. It's a beautiful looking Steelbook, and they killed it with this. This is my it's my Steelbook of the Year, The Wicker Man. Great release. Great release. Okay, and don't like it. I wouldn't say that. Breaking Lynn put in what the peeper saw. You'll love it. I've heard of that one there, Mikey. Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I've only seen the remake, and I think it's made. Yeah, the one with Nicolas Cage. What is it, like The Flies or something like that? Pagan's Nun. Yeah, it's more of a thriller too. It's very sinister that I like about it. It's a different part to me by Christopher Lee because he starts out as just this nice guy. You almost feel sorry for him, but then you realize what he's doing towards the end. You kind of get the idea. of what he's trying to do there. It's pretty sinister what he's trying to do, but I kind of get it. So to live it. You killing me on definitely. Yes, and there it is, and that's where the catchphrase comes from, ladies and gentlemen. So. Yes, I love The Witch very much. Yeah, it's a great. She's the film The Witch, yes, but that's called The Bitch. But what she's talking about, yeah, it's very trippy. You see her at the end as well. Yeah, it's like when you can do it in that part, it's very well done. Okay, let's bring these up. Other good releases this year that I've mentioned before, but I will mention again because I am the slasher dude, and yeah, this is my all-time favorite slasher of all time. This is my 5th dip, I think. I do have the 4K with the slip. Yeah, this is the 4K Steelbook of Friday the 13th with the slip. This looks eerily similar to the one Dark Sky Films did of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I have. I was going to bring that out for this, but it is in there somewhere. I'll do that in another video in the future. But yeah, it's the same transfer as the 4K. I like the transfer. This is my all-time favorite slasher, as you all well know. It's not a masterpiece. I don't do anything 10-10 anymore, but it's a 9.5 out of 10 for me. It's not my favorite Friday the 13th, though. My favorite Friday the 13th is part 4. But this one as a slasher by itself, you can't go wrong with this at all. The late, great Betsy Palmer. Yeah, I mean, if you don't know, you know. But yeah, this was a great release with the slip. Why not? Of course, I got to get them all. Got to catch them all. So, but yeah, definitely a great release by Paramount, which Paramount kind of doesn't do this a lot, but they're starting to. So. Yeah, it's a great release. I just need them to release. I need them to release the. We need the rest of these in Steelbook. So they've released 1 through 4 in Steelbook. It might be a rights issue. I have no idea. I would like to see 5, A New Beginning. I really like that film. I think it's highly underrated. I'd love to see that in the Steelbook. Blu-ray Steelbook would be fine. I mean, I have the Scream Factory set, which is my all-time favorite box set, like ever, of like all time. But it's really, I'd like them to release the rest of them, specifically Part 7 too. That's almost a cursed film. There's a lot of shit that was going on with Part 7, a lot of shit. Hey, thanks, Corey, for joining. I know you're in Gizmo stream and stuff like that too, and I know you're also going. Thanks for joining, my friend. I really appreciate it. Yeah, absolutely. I had to kind of put it in here and stuff like that too. One of these days, I'll do a video of the Friday the 13th that I own. I own a few, not as much as you might think, but I own a few, mostly sets and stuff like that. So. That's my favorite franchise. I want to own the Steelbook. That's right. I can just scream at the rooftops. It's been said before, to me, I've said it like a ton of times. F-13 defined the 80s to me. It just did. It did. You got a Friday 13th film for each year of the decade, really, up to really when it started. Yeah. Not every year. I think they may have skipped some, but I may be mistaken. I'd have to really think. So, yeah, Scream Factory is releasing a Steelbook of that. I still need to watch that film. I know Nicolas Cage doesn't really say hardly nothing in that film, so very cool. You can kind of see it here. Another release. This is technically this is a 5th dip for me. I had the tape, the double tape VHS for Scarface, but I'll just say this now. It's up there as my one of my favorite De Palma films. I love Scarface. This is a multiple time watch for me. I had to get the Steelbook. I have the Film Vault edition over there. That's probably the ultimate edition of that, which is the same thing as the 4K. People have said the transfer is not the best. It doesn't matter to me, really. This is one of my all-time favorite roles from Al Pacino. This is a gorgeous release for a Steelbook. I love him just sitting there. He killed it as this part. I almost thought maybe he should have been nominated for something. It's a great movie. This is highly rewatchable to me. It just is. It's really just really good. All-time De Palma for me. I love the music. One of the greatest soundtracks to me of all time. Yeah, just great quotes from there. Yeah, Tony, you should get out more. Enjoy yourself. Every day above ground is a good day. Yeah, it's like famous quotes in here. A great cast in this. And this is a very nice Steelbook for this and stuff like that too. So I had to get this too. So it was great that as a re-release from this. But yeah, that's Scarface. Not much to be said of that too. An all-timer. Love it. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The opening theme to that is so damn good. I always tell the truth, even when I lie. That's right. Say hello to the bad guy flipping. Yes. Sure there. Oh, what was it? Yeah, Frank, maybe you can get a first-class ticket to the resurrection. So another one, I mentioned this in a stream with Dirk and Darren and Gizmo and Pops that I was on. I didn't have a chance to show it on Pop's Movie Dungeon stream with their physical releases, but this got released this year, Training Day on 4K. This is top 10 all-timers for me. I love this film. This is highly rewatchable. This is the Steelbook release from Zavi. So it just came with some art cards and stuff like that too. That's what this other part is right here. There is another Steelbook that has like bullet holes in here, but this is a beautiful release. Beautiful release. I love it to death. But yeah, just the ones in there and the cover and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a very so very good. Like say if you like kind of like the art cards and other stuff like that too. But yeah, it's a great great release by Zavi and stuff like that too. Of course, Warner Brothers one. There's another Steelbook out there. But too, if you can get that too, I'd get that too. But yeah, this was a great. I was so happy they released this in 4K. It's a long time coming. But yeah, all-timer for me. I love Training Day. Hands off the rover, or hands off the rover. So. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you ever seen ever have your shit pushed in? Oh yeah, I've had my shit pushed in like real good. How about you, Smiley? Oh yeah, always got my love for the homies. Yeah, I almost thought Ethan Hawke got the Academy Award for that, but he didn't. I know he was nominated. So, but it's an all-time great movie. So it's like really good. Thank you, Corey. I appreciate that. Like I said, I just do this for the love of it and stuff like that too. So. I have taken a break a little bit from it. Like I said, because work has picked up. I work in the grocery business, so I work in the people business. So, stuff has picked up and stuff like that. And it's just been a lot of stuff I haven't had a chance to watch yet. I just too tired when I get home. You know what I mean? And shit happens. So I just watch stuff on my own time and give reviews for you all if you want to hear it on my own time and stuff like that too. So. It's some of it can be a lot of money there, man. You probably know how it kind of works. I'd wait for sales for a lot of this stuff. For this one, it was a FOMO thing for this one. I just kind of wanted to jump on it because it's Zavi, and Zavi no longer, I think, ships here anymore in the US. But the 4K of this would just be fine. I know there was an issue where it was like a Blu-ray slip, but it was the 4K that was in there. So I think that's really kind of funny. So it's really good. But really It's I'm a compulsive buyer, if y'all didn't know. But it's one of those things. But I do have. I live in an apartment. I do have shelves here. I do, I do, but I'm running out. I'm running out of room. So I'm stacking quite a bit of stuff and stuff like that too. So, but but it's all for love, and that's why one of my New Year's resolution is starting to watch this shit and not buy the stuff that I'm buying. Since Brad is here, I didn't make a New Year's resolution to myself. I'm not opening what I just got in from Amazon. I have a little pile over there of packages from Amazon. I have stuff coming from Kino Lorber. I have pre-orders coming from Kino Lorber. I have a pre-order coming from Second Sight. If you don't know what that pre-order is, it's High Tension, which I highly recommend everyone see High Tension. Also, a few pre-orders from Kino as well. There's a few I want. One of them being Leviathan. Finally, we're getting that on 4K and another Blu-ray of that, so that's fine. I love Leviathan. If you haven't checked that one out too, I highly recommend you check that out. And some other goodies. So, getting off topic again. So, I can be that too. Mikey. By the way, Mikey, I really liked your video you did on like kind of films you didn't really like and stuff like that other people do like. You had some hot takes on there, but I respect that. I respect that a lot. So it's very good. One of these days, you and I have to do a stream together. I'd love to get you on here. Great stuff. King Gore, what's up, my friend? Hey, thanks for joining. I really appreciate it. I know it's late. Like I said, I know it's late for a lot of you all out here. I know it's the weekend, the last weekend of the year and stuff like that too. And I was just getting to that point where I should just do a live stream for this of the other stuff that I liked releases of this year. So really, really cool to see you all here. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. All right. Another cool release. I didn't have a chance to watch it in the theater. Was Evil Dead Rise. I like this film a lot. This is the Steelbook. This was a re-release, Best Buy exclusive, I think it is. When this came up on their site, yeah, I put down for it. I didn't pay that much for that. I was pleasantly surprised. I heard kind of mixed reviews on this. We're like going, oh, blah, 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 this, that. I had fun with this. I thought this was great. It's a gore fest. The people who did this film didn't give two shits about it, about what people thought, in my opinion. Really, they didn't care. This is an Evil Dead film, in my opinion. I do think it's funny that there's a spoiler. There's a wood chipper in the parking lot of this apartment, which this was filmed in New Zealand, if I'm correct. I like the scenery. I like that it all takes place in this apartment building. It's really good. There's good kills in this. I like it a lot. I really do. But yeah, that's Evil Dead Rise. I suggest everybody kind of check this one out. It's a good entry into the franchise. There might be a sequel to this considering the way the ending worked. That's all I'm going to say about that, but I like this one a lot. But yeah, that's Evil Dead Rise. This was a great release. So yeah, it was a good year for horror. But I liked Evil Dead Rise. I know a lot of the hardcore kind of fans don't, but I do like Evil Dead Rise. It was bloody good time, basically. You can say if like reviewers kind of want to say it. So my horror of the year is because I have not seen Where Evil Lurks just yet, but I've heard great things about that from the stream I watched yesterday on Pop's channel, or Brad's channel, actually. Excuse me. But that's Cobweb. I'd like to thank Anthony from Anthony's Horror More again. He checked out this film. He did a good review on this, so I picked this one up. I watched it. I liked it a lot. The ending is growing more and more on me. I like it a lot. It's really good. It's fast paced. Basically, this young boy lives with his very shady parents. Very, very shady parents. Very dark, twisted people. You think this is definitely a Halloween film because they have a pumpkin patch in their backyard. It's really fun, good, dark, twisted horror film. I like it a lot. I kind of expected it to be who I thought maybe it was going to be. But it's really good. I love the ending to this too. It's very twisted. Good kills in this too. So it's a fun and great actors in here. I forget the guy who plays the dad. He almost looks like Zac Efron. So that's kind of funny. So, but yeah, it's a fun time. It's my horror of the year. It's definitely highly rewatchable. Definitely for Halloween or just for horror in general. So it's a great horror film. But yeah, that's my horror of the year. That's Cobweb. Really? I did not know that, Mikey. That's great information. Thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, King Gore. Yeah, it's a great it is very, very cool. Basically, he hears something in the walls and he starts talking to this person or this entity. And then it just goes on from there. Very good. Very kind of chilling, nail biting type sequences and stuff like that. You think stuff's going to happen, but it doesn't. But I really like that. So very good. I've heard about that one. How was that film, man? I've heard about Gingerbread Man. Yeah, it was awesome. The acting is phenomenal. It is, Mary, man. It's very good. Terrified is amazing. I have to watch that one. Evil Lurks is your favorite. Oh yeah, like I said, they just propped the hell out of that film. So I heard it's really, really good. It's on Shutter. I do have Shutter, so I'll have to check that out definitely. All right. Another release that I think was mentioned, but I'll mention it before. I haven't dived in to watch this version of it, but I have seen it on a streaming service and I have watched it. House of a Thousand Corpses. Yeah, this is Rob Zombie's debut film. Yeah, it's a great film. This was a great set. I know Gore Forever, aka Chuck, I remember saw a video of him doing an unboxing of this. It was a great release by Lionsgate. They also have a steelbook. They also had a steelbook out of it, which sold out like that. It's really, this is a fun one. Just for the fact they introduced Dr. Satan, and you never hear from him again. I have seen the Devil's. Put this one up here real quick. I have seen the Devil's Rejects. That's my favorite film from him, from Rob Zombie. The Devil's Rejects is like Rob Zombie's version of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, in my opinion. House of a Thousand Corpses is a fun, great just ride. If you're a fan of his, like I am, I'm a huge White Zombie fan. A lot. I love that group a lot. Astro Creep 3000, I think it is one of my favorite albums, metal albums of all time. But yeah, this was a great release by Lionsgate. This is great. This is collectors. This is what we want. You know what I mean? So, they're keeping the love with this. But yeah, this is a great release. But yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses, definitely. A Thousand Corpses was my intro into wildest movies. I was shocked. Yeah, yeah. It's really, it's really, yeah, it's really good. Terrified is great. Same director from. Okay. Lizzie Kaplan is in Cobweb too. Okay. Yeah, just the people I recognize, just names I don't. So it's really, really cool. Yeah, Thunder Kiss 65. Yeah, I think I had that on cassette tape. Uh, um, if you're all into anime, he kind of is. Rob Zombie is, because he did the song Devil Man. We all know what that's about. He also did another one. I forget the name of it, and I recognized kind of the sounds at the start of the film. It is part of another hardcore anime. That's all I'm kind of say about that. But it's really, yeah, really, really fun time. But yeah, House of a Thousand Corpses is a fun film and a great release by then. And no one really talked about this one, but this is my entry into that franchise. And that's Jaws 2, the 45th anniversary. I really like Jaws 2. I mean, the original Jaws is a classic, but Jaws 2 is a slasher, evil fucking shark that just kills people out of spite. I mean, really, that's what it is. I mean, to the opening scene with the divers, to this scene kind of right here, with her skiing and stuff like that, and that boat explodes and all this other stuff too. The scene in the raft with the blonde after her boyfriend gets taken out, and Mr. Brody asks, what did this and stuff like that, and she just screams shark, and yeah, that's kind of terrifying because she's kind of stuck there. That's a great scene, by the way. She's scared shitless, and it shows in that. Great acting job by her. Great stuff by the late great Roy Schreider. It's a really good fun film for me, like this. But yeah, Jaws 2 is like a terrifying film for me. Of course, the original Jaws that's an all-time film for me. But Jaws 2 is a fun one. This was a great release. 45th release of Jaws, 45th anniversary of Jaws 2. So 1 year before I was born. I'm 44, so I think it was released in 79. I was born in 79, but maybe a few months prior. So it's very good. But yeah, Jaws 2, another great release this year. We just need Jaws 3D now with Dennis Quaid and Louis Gossett Jr. Yeah, Keith Gordon. I keep on forgetting his name. Yeah, from Christine is in Jaws 2. Yes, he is. Lorene Gary, who plays his wife. The book and the film are a little different than the film. The book by Pierre Benchley and the first film are a little different wise, but that's okay. What makes it kind of corny is where the doctor's kind of looking at the bites and stuff like that, and Brody happens to mention to her, can like sharks, even when shark is kind of like taken out or something like that, will its relative come back or stuff like that? And she happens to say, sharks don't get revenge, Mr. Brody. Yeah, but it's really great release. And Jaws 2. There was a nice steelbook of that too, but that sold out like way quick. So born right after Michael Myers. Yeah, very true. very true. But since I am a mama's boy, that's why Miss Pamela Voorhees is my favorite horror mom. So anyway, another great release from Vinegar Syndrome. Man, they did some great releases here, but a film by Lamberto Bava, Blade in the Dark. This was a great release from them just by packaging alone. This is the first time I've seen packaging like this. It's a good film. I like it. Roberto Bava is a good director. Of course, in the shadow of his father, the legendary Mario Bava and stuff like that. But this is a great release. Or the original, kind of what it looks like and stuff like that. That's so nice. But you just go wah like that. All that good stuff in there. Great release of Blade in the Dark. It's a good one. It's a good giallo for what it is. But yeah, that's a great cover. It almost looks almost 3D like. That's probably what I liked about it so much. But it's a good film, so I really like it a lot. Yeah, but yeah, Vinegar Syndrome is great kind of packaging and stuff. They've done some great releases in the past. The Roadhouse release, that was a great release from Vinegar Syndrome. I did not think they would get that. It's crazy. They had to have bid on it and happened to get it. And they're probably in shock, and they're probably like, okay. So it's a really good. So, but yeah, this was up there, honorable mention as the physical release of the year. Just this edition right here. But that's a Blade in the Dark. This is a great release. Saying Pamela is the queen of mamas. Yeah. Rest in peace, Betsy Palmer. Dated James Dean for a minute too. Yeah, packaging. Yeah, they do a good job. They've done other stuff like that now. I forgot what other release they have like that comes out kind of like that. So I like it a lot. It's pretty cool. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, man. I guess I have that. You can see one of my videos a little bit more somehow. But that some people don't. It's mixed. Their releases aren't for everybody. I like them just because. they recently released some bangers that I'd like to pick up, like Fatal Games. But yeah, I don't have the funds for those at the moment, so I'll just wait for a sale. If it's still available, it's still available. I'll pick it up. Another one that Brad has wrecked for years is the Incubus. I'd highly recommend that if it's still available from Vinegar Syndrome. Pick that up. It's a supernatural slasher. That's a great film by John Cassavetes. But great stuff. I have Roadhouse, Sidekicks, and Showgirls. I have Roadhouse, Sidekicks, and Showgirls. I do not. That was a nice release of Sidekicks. I did not see that coming either. I have the Tenebrae box set too. Yeah, I have that from Synapse, I think. So, yes, I love Torso. I love Torso a lot. That's top tier giallo for me is Torso by Sergio Martino. Very good, very good. I'm checking out more of his stuff. Your Vice is another great one by him. Take on the Black Cat from Edgar Allan Poe. So I suggest checking that one out too if you haven't. No one watched my short. Oh, I saw it on there, Mikey. I saw that you did that. I know Vinegar Syndrome has a points reward system on there where if they do have a slip of Incubus available, you can pick it up. I don't think they do anymore, but I'm not so. Man, you'd probably like it. It's cohabitation horror, I guess you can say, slasher wise. Basically, this woman gets trapped in this house. That's all I'm going to kind of say about that. It's done really well. It's not for everybody though. So, but yeah, that's a Blade in the Dark, of course. We got kind of a couple stacks, a few others here. This was released through Umbrella. I remember doing an unboxing of this guy. That's Talk to Me. I liked the film. It was close. It was a good runner-up for my horror of the year. I liked it. It was a lot better maybe than I thought it was going to be. I like the actress that plays in that. And the brother of the one that dies at the start is in here. He looks very familiar, but I don't know his name. But it kind of reminds me of Insidious a little bit. The way the ending is and stuff like that. But I'd check out Talk to Me. It's a fun horror. I like it a lot. It's a nice release through the box and stuff like that. But, Steelbook is like, okay, but I like it. But it's just kind of, meh. It comes with a poster in there, double-sided one. Let's see. There you go. So pretty cool. So it is rate released by them from Umbrella. I did get the hand edition and stuff like that. It looks like Uncle Thing from Addams Family. But comes with a booklet, of course, like that. So everyone's taking kind of Arrow's lead and stuff like that with this. So, yeah, this is a neat, very cool release. Yeah, Talk to Me and stuff like that. So it's very cool. Yeah, Mike, it's not for everybody. It's kind of slow paced. It's kind of a slow burn of a film, but I like the actress that plays. I kind of like the lead in this and stuff like that. I kind of like the descent into kind of is this stuff really happening or stuff like that too, So, but yeah, it's not for everybody. Yeah, it's a good entry. A24. I really liked it. Yeah. All kind of slasher fans here finally watched Talk to Me this past week. Enjoyed it. Yeah, it's a fun watch. So yeah, it's really it's fun. Another one that Umbrella released, and this is kind of a release, so I got to be careful with this one. Is Possession. This is on Shudder. It stars Sam Neill, a very young Sam Neill. He was a spy. It's almost a twisted love story. I don't know what else I can say about this film. It's a WTF film. That's all I'm going to say. It's if David Lynch and Cronenberg and Lars von Trier decided to have, a collab, and they come up with this. It's a possession film, and then it's all kinds of other shit, but this is a great release. Oh my God, this is a great release. This isn't for everybody either. But yeah. So that original cover and stuff like that too. Here are the art cards behind it and stuff like that. So yeah, so it's so it's a really it's a great release. It is a very very cool release. I was glad to pick it up on 4K. I really do like Possession. It goes in so many different directions. Here's the booklet, the hardcover book that came with it. I mean, come on. Come on. I mean, we shouldn't get releases like this. Films like this should not get releases like this. This is why I love them so much. This was very, very, yeah. It's a great film for what it is. If you like these kind of films like this, I highly recommend Possession a lot. There's a scene in a subway where she's throwing milk around and stuff like that. She's basically going batshit crazy. And then looks like milk's in her hair. Then it turns into something different. It's a trippy scene. It's an all-timer scene. It's really horrific. But yeah, that's Possession. I mean, what a great release. One of my favorites of the year. I mean, everyone has others release of this and stuff like that. And I finally watched it. I mean, I have to, just watch these great kind of films. I'm like going, what now? What just happened? Like, that's the thing. Like, even if you watch it a second time, you kind of don't get it. Then you start to get it, but then you don't get it because it takes a 180, like 3/4 into the damn film. It's just trippy. So Sam Neill kills it like he always does. So yeah, very good. But yeah, that's Possession. Like I say, other just great kind of releases this year. I haven't watched Megan yet. I haven't watched Renfield yet. Props to Tony on Basement Blues because he did his favorite films of the year, and Renfield was up there. So I definitely need to check that out. I've heard that's pretty fun of a thing. So it's like, that he mentioned some other ones that I have to kind of check out and stuff like that too. But but yeah, great releases this year. It was a good year for physical media and stuff like that. Just going to state it again. People think, well, yeah, it's dying and blah, blah, blah. Like, I get it. I understand it. To me, prices will only go up on them. That's the issue, but it is what it is. But we're still horror fam. We're still movie fam. We still love just physical media, all this great stuff. And, it's all good. Scream Factory released some great stuff. They released the 4K of The Exorcist 3, which is, I'm not going to say it's better than the original Exorcist. I'm not, but it's damn close to me. That was a great re-release because it was a new 2023 4K scan from Scream Factory. Same thing with Silver Bullet. That was a re-release from that. I picked that one up. That was a great pickup too. It was a great re-release for that. I know, we just got the Chucky set from Arrow UK. Of course, I've shown those before. The Psycho set that Arrow UK released. That was my box set of the year. The Hellraiser Quartet of Terror. That was way up there as well. That was a great release by them. Just great stuff. Great releases by Criterion as well. They're one I have on my wish list, but I haven't got yet. They released Thelma and Louise this year, which is a Ridley Scott film, and I love that film a lot. I forgot it was directed by Ridley Scott. It's really great. It's a great stuff that they've been doing. All these labels just been pumping up this stuff very well. So it's been a good year. So, and just a kind of year in review for myself and stuff like that, starting as a little slasher nerd, coming slasher dude, and just going into this community and just making videos and just showing stuff off that I love and getting into giallos and stuff like that too. And it's just great stuff there. And, just great being a collector and just love having these films. So it's really good stuff. I thank you all for joining me on these journeys, and joining you all on your channels, on your journeys. It's great stuff, specifically because I see Corey up here. It's great that he started his channel up. He's doing great things over there too. Mayange, he does great stuff. Mikey, he does great stuff. Of course, Brad, Pops, Gizmo, Dirk, Darren. I mean, Born to Be Rad, Garrett, deadpit.com. Just doing like great stuff here. It's been a great year, and I know it's been hard. It's, in the real world, it's been hard. Of course it has. 2024, it's going to probably be a little bit harder, but it's all right. We all live through it, and we share the same blood and the same mud, and we're getting Aliens 4K in next year. We're getting The Abyss 4K next year. We're getting, like I said, Leviathan, which I pre-ordered off of Kino, 4K next year. We're getting this great stuff next year. We're getting good horror next year. Texas, another one. He's doing great stuff on Gizmo's Something Wrong in My Collection. It's very cool that he's on that panel, showing what he loves too and stuff like that. I was going to mention that release. Give me a quick second here, and I'll get it, and then I'll send us off here. I know Texas watched it, and I have not yet. It's still in here, but this is Impulse. I got the edition that's probably out of print right now that came with like a card that's signed by the director of this. Like I say, films like this shouldn't exist at all, or they shouldn't just be released at all. And I have a few from Grindhouse Films, or Grindhouse, their label in general. This one was the newest one, William Shatner. Of course, I've seen previews to this, but I still need to crack this open and watch it. But I mean, what a great release by Grindhouse. This, of course, they've done Cannibal Holocaust. They've done The Beyond, which is my all-time favorite Fulci film. That might change one of these days. I don't know. There's some films up there that may be a little bit better, but I mean, they've done. Oh God, The Cat in the Brain, which I really enjoyed and stuff like that. And then they came out with this banger and stuff like that. So if I would have watched it, given my take on it, this may have been up there for top kind of release of the year and stuff like that, because it's William Shatner and it's him playing a part that he's not known for playing. And he just plays a part where it's just so unique. Seeing like guys like this, legendary actors like William Shatner, T.J. Hooker, flipping, that cop show that he did back in the day, Captain Kirk, just being this person, being a psychopath, basically. So it's really, really good, great stuff. But just wanted, honorable mention for this, just because of this release. It was a great release. By William Greffy, I believe. And it was a signed card by him, but it's really cool just picking up releases like this if you can. So it's very cool. So I liked it a lot. Hey, Jeffrey, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a good evening, my friend. Plan on doing a stream with him and Caveman. And I think Reed's still planning on being on that one. Something geeky in our collection, episode 2. We're going to be talking about the anime film Ninja Scroll, which is my #1 anime film of all time. It stands up to this day. It's a masterpiece to me. If y'all like samurai slashing and killing and all that great stuff, I'd highly recommend, if you can find it. It's definitely a rarity, but we'll be looking at that soon and stuff like that too. There's one series I still need to watch, at least some of, which I eventually will, and then I'll get to that. So. Impulse is a great shot, and they're so whacked out. Yeah, that's what I heard. Beyond is awesome. Yes, it is. Very Lovecraftian. I'm a huge fan of H.P. Lovecraft. That's basically the Necronomicon, but it's not. It's something different. Zombie New York Ripper. Yes, definitely New York Ripper. That was Fulci's answer to me to Deep Red. That's all I'm going to kind of say about that. So, zombie theme song. So I could listen to it often. Yeah, song. Yeah, no, he had great. The people Fulci worked with, The producers and a few of the song stuff is like really good. So, grossed out and weirded out at the same time. What with the voice? Yeah, the Donald Duck voice. What voice? Yeah, it's okay. When we eventually talk about it, we'll kind of give you a good synopsis of that. One of these days, because I know Anchor Bay had a Blu-ray. The one I have is from another company, but they'll probably release the 4K of it. They'll release another 4K of an anime film that I like a lot too, so eventually they'll do it. Yeah, duck voice. XX everything. Yeah, that goes back to the old times of New York in the 70s there, man. Fulci did his research. He always did. So that basically describes kind of what New York was like during that time. It was a very shady place. You had sex clubs and all this other stuff too. So it's almost based off the Times Square Killer. There's that docuseries on Netflix, Crime Scene, and they talk about that the Times Square Killer, serial killer. It's very, very, very good. Watch Suitable Flesh if you love HP Lovecraft. Okay, I've heard of that one. I still need to watch Reanimator. I know Arrow released the Dunwich Horror, I think it's called. By the way, City of the Living Dead takes place in a town called Dunwich. So that was pretty cool if Fulci put that in there. Yes, definitely. Love Suitable Flesh. Yeah. One thing I mentioned too, it's an all-timer kind of film. A lot of people thought it was a hot take. I'll put that in my top 10. It's pretty Lovecraftian is Mandy. Mandy is very good. Also, Color Out of Space, which is another Nick Cage film done by RLG as well, is very good. But yeah, Mandy is very Lovecraftian, and I love that film. That film's a masterpiece. The Grand Barbara Crampton, great. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Very good. Yeah, but that's one of the films I'm gonna watch next year, Reanimator. Like I say, there's a few others I kind of want to get. Like I say, the Dunwich Horror, that has Dean Stockwell in it. I heard that's a pretty good one too. I released that like last year, I think. So very good. All right, so not too bad. An hour and 12 minutes into this. I thank you all for joining me very much. I hope you have a great last weekend of 2023. It's been a good year. Been blessed, and I'd be blessed to be sober and blessed to be the slasher sober dude. So it's very cool. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. I love you guys a lot. Thank you all for the support. Like I said, I just do this for fun. I'm not here for views or what do you call it? Those stupid $ cha-ching like comments and stuff like that too. I have a job. I like people I work with, but it's just fun just going to another place and discussing these great films. And I like all genre of films too, not just horror, but I just mostly do horror and slashers on here. But future channel plans, I do plan on doing a Western Wednesday. I do have some Westerns I still need to watch. I have not watched a lot, or it's been a long time since I watched any. So expect a Western Wednesday in the near future. For Mondays, I'm thinking about doing a Mario Bava Mondays. I have a few films from Mario Bava I have not watched yet. One of them being Black Sabbath, that called Black Sabbath, that Kino re-release. So it's cool to get that with a slip. I have The Whip and the Body I still need to watch as well. Hatchet for the Honeymoon I still need to watch. And then there's Planet of the Vampires. And then there's they say it's his last film. I remember Arrow released that, called Shock, but I know most of it was done by his son Alberto. So expect that. And then just expect I'm doing a series called 4 Films streams. The first one I did was with Dirk and Darren, and that's the most views I've ever got on a live stream or video, on the live stream. So that was really fun doing that. The next one I have planned is we're doing 4 films on De Palma. So I have one more to rewatch for that. Then I'll set up a date for that bad boy there. And then yeah, it's just doing what I do and making great videos and hoping making better content for you all and hoping you're all having fun with that. So again, it's highly appreciative, highly appreciate the love, and I love all the videos all you guys do. Just great stuff. Yeah. One of the all-time greatest Italian directors of all time. Has to be. There's one, maybe Seven will release it or somebody will release it. Was it The Girl Who Knows Too Much, Who Knew Too Much? I think it's considered the first giallo ever made. I have not checked that out. I may have to find a streaming service for that one to watch that bad boy, but I haven't watched a lot from Bava. So it would be cool definitely to get into that. The new Western, maybe some collabs, good vibes. Absolutely. Absolutely there, Jeffrey. That'd be a great idea. You know, just kind of my thoughts on them. Like sometimes I get kind of lonely with that. I like different opinions, and we'll pick a time for that too. And we can do a collab for that. Absolutely. I'd highly recommend that. We can do that with Caveman as well. Do that with Guy as well. I'm sure he's watched a lot of Westerns too. And yeah, we can just talk about them and have fun with them. Absolutely. Appreciate that. All right, there. It's 11:16 here. It's probably morning where some of you all are at. Anyway, you all have a great happy new year. Okay. Don't drink too much sauce. Don't do premarital sex in the forest because you know what will happen. No drugs there in the forest because you know what will happen. Anyway, I'm Chris C, the Slasher Dude. God bless all of you. If you can, slash the like, sleeping bag to subscribe. I will see you all next time. You have a great evening, and we'll see you next year. Take care.